because right now we've got a round of Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon, Ultimate Casual No Out of Bounds with Phil 7. So Phil, the floor is yours.
Oh, hi, I'm back. I did Mega Man 10 last time, and thanks for having me back. I'll start out with, I'm doing Bloodstained, Curse of the Moon this time, and we'll get right into it, because we might be a bit behind on schedule, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to be playing on casual, because I wasn't too practiced on veteran. I'll explain the differences after. So there's a bit of an intro, but we're going to skip that, and time will start on first movement now. That was a bit rushed. My apologies. Alright, so Bloodstained Curse of the Moon was actually originally a Kickstarter goal for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which is the 3D, almost 2.5D. I've never played it that much, honestly, so I don't know that much about Ritual of the Night. But while Ritual of the Night's more like Symphony of the Night, this is more a Castlevania 3 callback, where we'll see later with the different characters, but first we're only starting with Zangetsu. So Ultimate Mode is what you unlock after beating the game, and when you recruit your allies, they have their own abilities, and then if you kill them, unfortunately, that's an option, you can gain their abilities. But with Ultimate Mode, after you beat the game, as I mentioned, you gain all of their abilities along with it, so you get Sprint, Double Jump, and the Crescent Slash, which we see a little bit, and we get an added Charge Slash onto it. So, and the added Charge Slash is actually a huge gain compared to normal mode. So now we have the Glutton Train, our first boss. So the first property of Charge Slash, if we can get it, is if we Charge Slash a certain way. I don't think we... Okay, we got 3 hits there. But if you're quick enough, you can actually dash jump into him and get multiple hits in one, so I didn't do very well on that one, except for that one 3-shot. But every boss and enemy has a damage number, but we can't see it. So the Charge Slash does 12, so every time it does that extra little hit, it's an extra 12 damage that you don't have to deal with. So that's why me not getting, only getting the one triple shot was not very good. Alright, so our first recruitment is Miriam. Her big thing is where the double jump came from. So her jumping is a little bit higher, and she has... Well, I guess everybody has a wide variety of weapons. So Zangetsu's first one, default one, is the ball and chain. That does 7 damage. We won't actually see that terribly much because of our allies are incredibly strong throughout. So the second stage, we actually won't see Miriam too much until the end, except for a couple points, because she has a slide as well, which actually isn't that useful, because the slide is pretty slow unless you're going under something. Especially in Ultimate, because that jump there was meant just for Miriam, but because of the double jump, we don't have to worry about that. Right, so these frogs, if you can see their eyes, they're going to jump at you. If you don't, then you can just jump over them. So we go down these stairs. This is one of the hardest rooms in the game to go fast in, so I'm just going to play it a bit safer, because dying in this game, if you're playing Zangetsu only, it's not a huge deal, but if you die with allies, then you just lose the character until you beat the level. So there's an option in the menu called Curse of the Moon, which lets you just go back to the starter level, but then you lose all your weapons, which wouldn't be a big deal here if I was to die. But it's still pretty slow. Your other option is just to kill off your other character, and it'll just do the same thing. And you'll lose the sub-weapons as well. So here we're going to get the axe. This is one half of a combo we're going to use later. Oops. Okay, so that item we got increased our weapon points. So now we have 50. I'm going to grab the magic charms, which is... so initially it'll do 2 damage and then just 3 ticks of 4 damage for a couple seconds. Or something like that. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head. I made notes, but then, like, sometimes I'm not very good at reading them. So for these first couple of axes, we actually have to wait between them. Because if we were to take a hit, it would just cancel the attack, but it would still take away our weapon points. Oh, you went to the right. That's... Okay, so now I'm going to go back and forth, try... Okay, that was good. Okay, so I'm going to charge up here. Every boss has like a final attack. This one we can cut him in half, which is kind of bad, but he tried to attack us. Alright, so the third friend we will receive is Albert, or Alfred. I can't even remember their names for some reason. Alright, so he's a magic user, so he'll have a little bit of less health, but we won't use him except for the second half of the combo I mentioned, which we will attain first. So the start of this level is pretty simple. We just dash through it with Zangetsu. And if we want to talk about the marathon or donations, this is probably a good time. There's not much going on in this.
Yeah, sure thing. The love for the Metroidvanias is coming in right now, and this is very apparent, especially with some of the donations we've got. Such as this $10 for Phoenix Captain, who says, I need to see that boss rando. Let's get that incentive met. Thank you so much, Phoenix, for those $10. That puts us $10 closer to meeting that time spinner incentive. We have 48 more dollars to go. We are almost there, and it starts in half an hour from now when time spinner starts. So, folks, if you want to see it, we have 30 minutes to raise $48. Chat, do you think we can do it? I think we can do it, but only if we donate. !donate in the chat to see that boss rando. Let's get it.
I believe in you guys.
Yeah,
I can't intentionally slow down, but... Well, we got some health there. So, what I was trying to do was this is pretty difficult to do. You can one-cycle this, so instead of waiting for the thing to go back down, but you have to have, like, correct jump timings and then not stop to grab health like I did. Right, so this heart is going to raise our party's health. I'm going to walk normally because the timing on that is kind of difficult. And I don't want to die right before the boss. So this is Veil 4. I think it's pronounced that way. So he's gonna push stacks of coins at us, so that deals 1 damage each coin you hit. But you can just attack his head, which actually does double damage. So the only downside is he has 350 health, but fortunately, we have our combo. So the axe does 25 damage normally. But then once you freeze something and then hit, it'll do double damage no matter what. So the axe, when frozen, does 50. So even though Veil 4 is 350 attack, it's doing 100 damage each time. Because attacking his head also does double damage to him. So we get Jebel or Jebel. He's basically Alucard, where he can fly with a bat, and that's his only ability. But the usefulness is those blue candles that give us weapons. If you attack him with Jebel, it'll force a weapon jar so we can get some extra points if we need it. I thought that would kill in one hit. Alright. So we're actually going to use his bat ability pretty early, because it allows us to skip a lot of areas, so we can, instead of going up the stairs at the top there, we can just go right here, and it'll skip a part of the stage. So the game does reward you for grabbing the allies instead of going it alone, because that jump is not normally made when you're only with Zangetsu. Just slide under there. I'm gonna go under here so these guys don't shoot at me. I have to time that double jump so I get over them. Those fire golems do half your health. Luckily on casual, there is a health on behind, if I can think of the word, behind that pole. On veteran, it's a 1-up because we don't really need 1-ups here. So the other big factor with casual is there's no knockback, which is actually kind of baby mode when you think about it, but I still enjoy it. Just in case, I'm going to grab this one. It only takes a couple seconds, just so I don't run out. Okay, so these toxic frogs are trying to get me, but if you were just sprint all the way, you don't have to deal with them. Sometimes their cycles can get messed up if you don't do the pattern correctly. Alright, so demonstrated there was, if you jump first with Miriam and then switch to Zangetsu, you still can use your double jump, so you can get a little bit extra height from that, which we will see in a couple later levels. Alright, so this is Valak. So his first two heads are going to have 70 HP each. Whoops. Okay, that still worked. I think it's 70 HP each head. Then I believe it's around 100. I didn't mean to jump down there. For the big head, so you just want to freeze and go through it. So the only downside is there's no... He doesn't... Because he has two phases, there's no final kill thing. So you can't just waste weapon energy while it's happening. So if I was paying attention, I could have in between the two phases, but that's not a big deal. So we're going to grab a new weapon for Zangetsu, which is the Demon Essence. So you can actually, as you saw earlier with Alfred's Fire Wheel, you can carry over some sub-weapons onto other allies. So that Demon Essence, it gives you +1 attack. So if I was to use Demon Essence and switch to Miriam, then her attacks would do +1. It's not terribly useful except for this stage, which I don't know why I don't have it activated. Because normally those purple and white enemies, I don't actually remember their names off the top of my head. They take 2 hits normally, but with Demon Essence they just take the 1. So it's actually useful in this stage. Alright, so the painting mini-boss, we'll see another one later. So they're actually kind of annoying first time playing this game, because if they grab you, they'll go back and forth a couple times and then grab you, and it'll kill you. I was very shocked the first time I played this game. Alright, the skeleton's pointing right, we're gonna go right. A couple steps in, activate Demon Essence, and that should carry us to the end. Alright. So there's gonna be another health upgrade we're gonna get here. sometime on, if I'm going for PB, I wouldn't get it, but just in, it takes a second to grab, so just in the very safest of ways, I'll grab it. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this. Go. Okay, that's not how I expected to do it, but that'll work. Alright, so I'm gonna jump with Miriam, double jump with Zangetsu, then do that. So that just skips us going all the way around. So this is Andre Alphys, I think it's pronounced. I'm not very good at pronouncing things, even though I have it written down. So he's gonna try and fly back and forth, but because we can just freeze him. Oops, if I can get to the right character, that'd be great. Alright, so that's fine, or that's actually better, because sometimes it's random whether he goes back and forth 2 or 3 times, because as you saw, that little lightning bolt that he threw, he can throw it after the second dive. But it's not really, I don't know which one's actually faster or not, but I think it's faster to keep him in the air because he'll delay a bit. Alright, so now we move into the castle for Tragedy of Slaughter. So we're gonna activate our Demon Essence the last time already. Because lucky us, there's a Power Glove here. Yes, it's called the Power Glove. And that will just give us a permanent +1 on all our attacks. Some sub-weapons aren't affected by it. So the axe isn't, but that's still 25 damage, so I'm not going to complain. I believe it's just most sub-weapons, and then regular attacks are +1. But when you have such strong sub-weapons, it's not a... Oh, jeez. Okay. That's why you slide. Okay, well, I can demonstrate the Curse of the Moon feature now. Alright, if you want to talk about stuff while I go back to where I was.
Sure, that's fine. Yeah, you're doing great so far. But we've gotten quite a few things to read off in the meantime here. $7 from a moth who says, I, a concerned citizen, here are raising money for a good cause. And more importantly, that there's an incentive that needs to be met. Let's leave no incentive behind. As well as $50 from TotalRun2412 who says, thank you to everyone who enjoyed the Moth Planet news broadcast. As chat let me know, young moths are larvae. I apologize for spreading the fake news that young moths are maggots. So here's my contribution to the children and larvae that Little Warriors will help. Also, Time Spinner is such a cool game. It's been the #1 game I want to learn the run and rando for, and maybe this awesome run will finally push me to stop procrastinating that, especially now that it's got random boss order. So thank you so much for those couple of donations. We've met the incentive! Good job, chat! Good job, everyone! We've met the Time Spinner rando boss incentive. See if we can get this. Okay, well, at least we got that. I was screwing that up earlier. I was gonna ask how's the run going so far?
Other than the death is actually not too bad. It should be under estimate.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I know very little about this game, so I'm basically watching it for the first time.
I recommend playing it. It's usually on sale. When it's on sale, it's like $3, so...
Oh man, there we go.
I still haven't beat Ritual of the Night or Curse of the Moon 2, so maybe I should do that one day, but... We'll get there when we get there. There's too many other games to play.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the double hit thing.
Oh, would you look at that? I've got $25 from Sporadic Erratic who says, let's go! And that is absolutely right. Not only have we broken past the $400 mark, we're almost to $500 so far. On day 1 of this marathon, no less. So who's gonna do it, chat? I have to ask, who's gonna do it? Who's gonna break 500? Who's gonna donate that last $25 and bring us above 500? I want to see that happen.
I would also like to see that happen before my run ends, but...
Yeah, because the end of this run is not too far away. We've had a series of short back-to-back runs, so we're flying through these.
Yeah, I got some really bad spawns here, so... Okay, I should have it settled now. Okay, that was really bad umbrella spawns, because your pattern depends on where they spawn, so if they're too far away, then you can't get the combo off. So just for making me lose time. There is a separate strategy where you grab a weapon called the Voltaic Ray, which it lets Alfred shoot out 3 electricity balls, and then it'll just follow around the boss. It is slower, but you don't have to rely on luck that way. But I decided not to, because I died. Okay, so this... I'm gonna play... I already died once, so I'm gonna play the start of this stage a bit safer, and I already almost fell. Luckily, enemies stay despawned if you kill them, so... That's rule number 1. So that was the armor. We get +1 defense now, so we're at +1 attack, +1 defense. So we just take 1 less health. Okay, so because we have Gebel, we can just fly up there. So he does have dashes, as you saw. It takes 2 weapon points, so I'm actually pretty low. Which I believe is normal. That's a nice double hit. I don't usually get that one. Freeze that one, and with Zangetsu only you have to run through that fire golem, which does deal half health, if I could speak as well. All right, so we're coming up to another painting boss. The strategy is going to be the same: double jump and then freeze it to death. So unfortunately the screen still transitions back even if you're right beside the door. Good, I got that jump. You can get right onto the steps if you're... Oh, that's normally a... Okay. I guess that can depend on what you have, because in a practice run that had the ball and chain, but that's okay. We don't need the ball and chain until the final boss at this point. So I'm not terribly worried about having the wrong weapon on Zangetsu. Play this a bit safer, because if you get hit while in this bat mode, he will just turn back into his normal form and fall out of the sky. And I have lost runs due to that. Oh, I got past that, okay. Those knight guys, their hitbox is a bit bigger than expected, so... Alright, so we're good. So I needed at least 40 weapon energy for, Bathan or Bathan, I don't know how to pronounce that. I guess that's something I should have researched. Alright. So he actually has 200 health, which is a bit more health than all the other bosses, so you have to do the combo 4 times instead of just 3. So we got him pretty easily. We have to jump off pretty early there, because if we actually take a hit while, or do something while he's kind of crushing himself, it will severely lag the game.
Huh, got it.
So the final stage, Curse the Moon.
Got a moment for a quick message?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to tell everyone we have just opened a new incentive for our first run of tomorrow. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the classic 2005 version, for a space mission showcase. If we meet our goal of $75 by the end of that run, we'll show off a Space Mustafar and a glitch/trick exhibition after the run. So folks, if you want to see that happen, now is the time to donate. That is the opening run of tomorrow morning, so I'd love to see all your support for that run right now. Exclamation point donate in the chat if you're excited to see that run and want to see that space mission showcase.
So these big enemies, their hitbox is huge, so we can just get the double hits with it. Okay, I completely forgot I had the ball and chain, so I was just muscle memorying grabbing that candle. There should be another ball and chain near the end, so it's not a big deal. Double jump up here. Charge slash, hopefully. Okay, we did not get a double hit. Sometimes you're fast enough you can get a double hit, or you can just get a hit off and then or get a hit off immediately after. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I do not want the demon essence. There is a free. Okay, well, there's a free ball and chain at the in the candles for the second phase of the final boss. Let's just do it this way then. This first phase is going to be a bit slower because I don't have the chain. I could have used the axe a bit, but since it uses 6 weapon energy, I want as much weapon energy as I can get. And I should have planned that I didn't have the ball and chain. But we made it through to the second phase. So the normal strategy is because Gremory is going to be in the air for this second phase. So you'd want to double jump. That's the word. My brain is melting apparently. You want to double jump, and then when you're charging your second charge slash, you would use the ball and chain. Okay, well, there's the time. Oh sorry. I didn't realize. Well, I did give warning that it was on the final hit, but I didn't even realize that it was. Because of how messed up my setup was, I completely forgot where I was on the weapon or the health, but that's fine. So 2802, there was like a 27, I think, but that's not good, but it's not, it's underestimate because something like that could have gone wrong.
Hey, we'll take that time. All good.
Yeah, it's underestimate, which is why I made it 30.
Yeah, that's why we put it as such.
Yeah, so thanks for having me for Prevent-A-Thon again. Yeah, shoutouts to Mr. Cab, all of them at the Mega Man community, and everyone I'm friends with. If you want to meet me at AGDQ, I'll be there too, whenever that happens. And yeah, let's just move on to the next run, before I start rambling again.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, Phil, for doing this run of Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. GG's on it, folks. Give it up one more time for this run. An amazing run. I haven't seen before, but it looked very, very well executed, so thank you so much.